Look at how flooded this is. A river when it's in flood is not a safe place to be. It's very, very scary.
Getting swept down river.
Uh-oh. Can you hold on?
I am, but it's a dead brain.
What are we gonna do? Might have to consider pulling the ripcord. So I'd say this might be an official record for bugs. My goodness. Hello? Hi, Thermocell. Could you help get rid of these bugs? Thank you. There's so many. I got a really good sheath and I have an extra lanyard that ties the sheath on too. Good morning. It is a buggy one. It's really starting to get to that point where I think we're gonna have to cave and put on our bug jackets because they're in my eyes. They just flew in my eyes. Because we're running out of bug spray, musk oil, and B, they're just so thick now that it's still overwhelming, and the black flies are also out in equal numbers. Anyway, they're like crawling on my eyeballs right now as I'm talking. As I wave my hands, I'm just hitting like hundreds of them. Bugs have reached biblical proportions. It's out of control. They're all biting. They're all up in my pants. Have to take a poo. Got several black fly bites on my balls. And from there on, it just gets uglier. Today, we are just finishing off Dooley Lake. We got a couple of rapids to run, and then we're getting into another giant lake. Hopefully, the weather stays like this, and it's gonna be good to us, and we catch a couple fish. We're going into Saga Lake, then into Shithani Lake. We're headed into this lake. That's only half of it. So we're currently paddling the South Seal River where we've been running rapids. This lake, Shithani Lake, is where the North Seal is meeting up with it, doubling the volume. And as we exit that lake, we will be in just the Seal River. And I thought this river was big. The Seal must just be absolutely massive. After we depart camp, we got 2 sets of rapids. We do have some river notes from Hap Wilson's guidebook, Rivers of Manitoba. So we have river notes for basically midway through today on, which will be super helpful. Yeah, it says there's like 1.5 meter haystack. So with this extra volume of water, I'm sure that there'll be something super interesting to contend with there. It says stay right, left of center, away from stacks, then side slip right by island to avoid rock garden. Bam, bam, bam. Who knows, maybe that rock garden will be underwater now. So yeah, pretty exciting day coming up. Good day? Yeah. And then Ike was dragging through willows. Comments from people from Australia, so there's like real-time chat. It was all, and basically both of those channels essentially just probably won't even notice it though.
charge all our gear out here, we brought this Jackery Explorer 1000 unit. It makes absolutely zero sound. We just haul it in the tent every night and plug everything into it. Just an absolute slew of stuff, because it's got 3 wall jacks, or these AC jacks. It's got the cigarette lighter, 12 volt, including 2 quick charge USBs and 2 USB-C. We can just plug just a plethora of stuff. It's actually quite amazing. This morning we are just charging up a couple other things, a little anchor battery that we put in our camera case, and then that way we can charge that and it fits in the case, and then you can charge like GoPro batteries on the go. And we're charging up this drone controller. Jackery also sells a solar panel called Solar Saga, and they have different wattages. They have a 60, 100, a 200. With the 200 watt panels, this will charge from 0 to 100% in 8 hours in the sun. This is a 1000 watt. They also have a 240, a 300, a 500, I believe, a 1500, a 2000. So lots of different sizes depending on what your needs are. Pretty awesome. It feels cool at home too to just have this, you know, whenever the power goes out, and be like, I can just put it in the sun, or take it in my car and charge it from the while I'm driving, so I could have it at a campsite without my car running. You know, the more I use it, the more I like it. It's like, I mean, we couldn't be doing this production without it. It's just simple as that. So many bugs. Got about 4 kilometers to paddle here, and then we will be into some rapids. Short little section of where it gets back to a river, South Seal, and dumps into Nagasa Lake. Try to clear some of these bugs out of here. My goodness. Normally you get a little break from them once you get out in the water.
The black flies are too fast, they can stay caught up to us.
Yeah, I feel like they their little torpedo shape means that they don't get blown away by a breeze as easily. I don't know, there's tons of mosquitoes if you look at them now here with us.
I don't know, man. I see mostly black flies. I'm gonna try to beat them. I haven't escaped them yet, Ted.
No, it's a pike.
Fought pretty good though.
First rapid of the day coming up. This is where our river notes start, so that's pretty sweet to have those, I gotta say. River Notes by Hap Wilson from his book Wilderness Rivers of Manitoba. The note on this one is class 1 volume, meaning there's lots of volume of water. Stay left, rocky 1 low, 1 kilometer long. It'll be interesting to see if it's still a class 1 or if it's bigger.
Pretty big. This is marked as a class 1 on my river notes.
Wow, this river is huge. Just wild. I think I might peel out over here, take a quick cast. He has it as a C1, but I'd say it's more a 2 at these levels.
It was pretty fun, man. Yo, look at all the fish fins sticking up here.
Oh, I got a hit.
There's one. Oh. Woo. I don't know what I got on here, but it feels pretty good. Dude, there's like a whole bunch of fish fins right here. Look at them all.
Crazy.
Maybe they're just eating like the hatch though.
These birds must have a nest here. They don't like me being here. I have 3 very, very precarious little flies on my hook, but I'm gonna go give it a shot. It worked for me last time.
See him?
Yeah. Literally hundreds of fish there and I can't get one to bite. You can see all their fins, but they're like not biting. They're just after something that I don't have. Last time when we ran into this situation, I caught some of the moths that were hatching and hooked them, and boom, I caught like 4 or 5. Seems hard to believe that there's literally just like hundreds of walleye, but we can't get them to bite. We're kicking ourselves for not bringing a little kid of flies. Cool to see that regardless. Looks like there's like a shelter over here, eh? Just came across this shelter here. Actual wood stove here. And same one I have. Huh. And here's the fire pit and all the boughs down. Looks like it's left from winter, maybe hunting or fish camp. Yeah, some winter gloves. And the canvas is still here, which is kind of weird. They'd probably leave it here in the stove and just come back for it. And the ground would have been like much warmer with all the boughs down and much more level. Not sure if it was a hunt camp or fish camp. Maybe they put some nets out. No one here now. Looked like a Dene fish camp from, I'm sure they came from the town of Tuduli. My left trapezoid is actually really hurting me today. I'm not really able to take the full paddle strokes I should be able to.
Do you want to go straight or do you want to follow the shore?
I don't want to follow the shore, no.
Okay.
We are getting a bit of a headwind that seems to be picking up.
This wind, man, really makes these lakes a lot scarier and a lot more challenging.
Increasingly more dangerous. We're way out in the open here. I think we've just been getting pretty unlucky with the consistent headwinds. The good news is we are making it across.
You'd never believe it from here. My GoPro on my head died about halfway through and it's way too dangerous to reach the one on my bow to turn it on. But the headwind just picked up something fierce. It was throwing big white caps at me. I don't think it was anything like dangerous, like it was about to tip me, but the concern is what if it gets bigger? And just the energy to paddle into that headwind, it was harder to make that 3.2, 3.3 kilometer crossing than to do the 6K open water crossing yesterday.
Feeling like you're standing on the dock paddling. Pretty much zero fun, shoulders blowing out. Then hopefully the weather will break in the evening and we'll complete our 12-hour day arriving in a bug-infested swamp. It is a nice day, nice weather.
Just the
I'm
wind.
looking forward to getting into like an actual river for like a bit.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get suited up and we round this corner. We have like a challenging class 2, some big waves, and then after that a serious class 3.
So it says C2 which might be a C3 in this water, left of center, away from stack, then side slip right by island to avoid rock garden. I feel like there won't be a rock garden. Woo! That's the wind doing that to me.
Can't get straight because of the bend.
So the rock garden just isn't there because of the high water. The actual real challenge was how powerful the headwind is. It's like turning me upriver while I'm paddling down. I could barely even move. Right now I'm not even moving because of the headwind. In this strong current, I'm literally not moving at all.
I could barely keep straight. I was careening into the last part sideways using like every ounce of energy I had. You can't get any control. Like, we need to trim our boats more bow heavy. First rager that we're probably gonna run, class 3. We might dump.
The wind is starting again. Hey. I can't scout from here. Oh, we're stuck here, dude.
Well, this is super sketchy. The water's so pushy. We thought we could pull over to scout, and there's nowhere to get out because the river's in flood, and it looks like the rapid is massive. It's a 500 meter class 3, so in these levels it's probably a 4.
Dude, it's raging on the right. I'm getting swept down river.
Uh-oh. Can you get out?
No.
Can you hold on to the branches?
I am, but it's a dead branch.
Ted's might get swept into it.
The rapid is just raging, and it's impossible to get out anywhere to scout because everything is so flooded and it's so dangerous. I almost feel like I need to just go and run it. I managed to spin around, but like there's sweepers in front of me here, so even getting out past them and trying to get to the other side of the river seems pretty hard.
Oh. The water's like chest deep here.
What are we gonna do?
I just got out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna rip my boat up on shore.
I'm like a sitting duck where I am.
Look at how flooded this is. There's like current in the forest here. Where are you?
Here. Did you manage to get your boat in more?
I hauled my boat like into here. A good thing we decided to get over when we did.
Yeah, yo, I was just in a position where I almost had to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna run it.
Pull your boat here, wade it up through the forest to where I am and get back out. This rapid must be a bit of a pinch, so it's backed the river up behind it and flooded it way into the trees. We tried to get over into whatever kind of semblance of an eddy we could find. We chose the left and the right looked flooded out, and then we realized there wasn't much of an eddy and we're just wading through this. All these trees are probably going to die. A river when it's in flood is not a safe place to be. This is very, very scary. Very, very scary. Multiple rapids of this magnitude ahead of us. And honestly, if this rapid is not runnable and we have to portage it, we're not going to have enough time to finish the river, because it means we're going to have to do that back-to-back bushwhack portages, dangerous takeouts, flooded conditions. Might have to consider pulling the ripcord and getting a float plane to meet us around here. Doubt we'll do that, but it went through my mind. Anyways, hopefully when we look at this, the rapid will be washed out and there'll be a open channel on the right where we can miss all the crazy stuff as long as we keep that line. So that's kind of all we can hope for right now. We're coming relatively early season, but like we're getting on to mid-July here. So for the river to be this high at this time of year is just not normal at all. And the wind is still here too.
I see one huge boulder on the right. Doesn't look horrific. Black flies and mosquitoes are mauling us right now. It looks like we could just stay left, but I can't see the end. I see one boulder. The notes say huge boulders, plural. So there could be more on the left. Maybe we can just stay left.
We might be able to sneak down super tight on the right.
Look at my thumb. Look at my thumb.
Why do you like left better?
Because we're on the left. We're not gonna have to front ferry in this raging current over to the right. And the right has a huge boulder on it close to shore.
That massive boulder's almost in the middle.
Yeah, but if you don't get right of that, then you're gonna be right in the thick of it. Because the left is just calm all the way down past the boulder, except at the end, maybe there's a hole there that I can't see. But come stand here so you can see the left.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It looks pretty easy on the far left.
Right.
There's left might be a straight shot. Yeah, let's walk down. But dude, so far, I think we could just run this on the left.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
That's really good. That current's ripping though.
I know.
Ted and I have decided to run it. We think there's like a sneak route down the left where we missed the gigantic truck-sized boulders and 8-foot standing waves. Just do our best to keep the open side up.
The scariest part of this was just like eddying out into the bushes.
Yeah, but we have no way of knowing. The bugs have found me.
Try to kick myself out, not let the current try to tip me to the right. This says caution, volume, class 3, 1.5 meter stacks, large boulders, but no ledge, not marked on topo. Use spray skirt.
All right, Ted, I'm gonna start trying to push out of here.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I'm out.
Worry over nothing. Really irregular. If you didn't avoid stuff, you would just fill full of water. It's just huge curling haystack after haystack, irregular. We had to keep our line there, but we kind of just avoided everything. Just missed everything, eh?
Yeah, it was fun. Well, it turned out to be a piece of cake, basically. Yeah, if you can't scout it at all, and judging by some of those waves in the blind corner, there's no way of really knowing. Turned out we had a lot of room to move around and just avoid anything. That's a really good sign.
Yeah. Like you would have swamped if you ran it on the right. Just entering Danny Lake. This is a big one.
Head's got some sort of muscle injury, but doesn't burn as bad with a single blade. I say we cut across like the angle I'm going and then follow the shore. Some pretty big waves though. Another big lake. Some big wave. Current of the river is reacting with the wind, and the waves are big and the wind's kind of picking up, so I don't feel too safe where I'm at right now. The current keeps kind of pushing me out. Look at this, this looks sick. Look, a bald eagle again, dude. Obviously we're supposed to stay here.
This beautiful campsite. Just amazing. It's also windy, so maybe the buggeroonies will be kept down.
Beautiful sight. Way better.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Excellent sight. Yo, crowberries. What are these? Oh, these are cranberries. These are the crowberry bushes here.
Last year's cranberries.
Loaded.
Yeah. Mmm.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Those have been frozen on the plant all winter.
Amazingly good.
Well, Ted, I think we're finally in the part of the trip that's good, you know? I think they're called low bush Arctic cranberries.
Low bush Arctic cranberries, Jim says they're called. They're not actually from this season, they're from last season, but they stay on the bush and freeze, and they're really good.
This is sick.
Yeah.
Sick camp, so cool. And then we could hike up this esker too. Oh, look at the eagle. Straight ahead, look, it just landed. Cool. Hi, eagle.
We have decided to stay here. Could have pushed on, but I got a strained muscle, and we also don't really need to. Just wanted to take advantage of this freaking beautiful Esker campsite. Oh my goodness. It's hard to pass this up. Look at this. It seems almost like unreal. And it just goes on and on. Like, there's enough room for like an entire village here. Pretty cool. Less buggy, Jim's pointing out, than the last one. Probably 8:15, eh? That's early apparently for us. So it says drink responsibly. A couple of phone numbers to call in case you're in an emergency. When you're out of booze, they'll fly you in some. Cool. My lips are just covered with musk oil, so when I drink, all I'm tasting is burning bug spray.
We like camping with the captain.
Exhausted. I'm so tired today.
You hear that?
What?
Crash in the woods over there. Hey hon, how's it going? Got your text today. Don't you just love your mother-in-law? Satellite phone store's really working out. Oh, you're such a badass. Oh my God, I love you so much. What are we doing? We're making pancakes. I brought some pancake mix on this trip, but considering it's not really a vacation so much as an expedition, we have so much to do in the way of filming stuff in the morning. We don't really have time to make pancakes, so we're gonna have pancakes for dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're a grown man, you want pancakes for dinner, you can just go right on and do that. That's one of the beauty parts about being a grown-up, is that there's nobody, your mom can't say, you know, no, you can't have pancakes. I mean, you know deep down in your heart that it's not healthy and that it might even be weird, but is that true, or is that just a societal construct? You know, you can eat pancakes for dinner if you want to.
That's why I brought my Batman costume.
Very likely, but there we go. Here's some syrup.
I get the first pancake.
You do.
Homemade maple syrup. Is it syrup or syrup? You guys tell me. Or is it scissor? I feel like I say both sometimes.
I say syrup.
But I'm a syrup person overall.
I don't say syrup.
I don't say syrup, but I feel like I do sometimes.
I say syrup, but what if I say maple syrup?
Wow.
I don't think I say maple syrup, but I might say pass the syrup. But I feel like I'm saying syrup, but I don't. Just like with people that say crick instead of creek, think they're saying creek.
Right, I think that I say both. Sometimes I say syrup, sometimes I say syrup.
I think I say syrup, maple syrup. I don't know, let's spend the rest of the evening
Would you like
thinking
some
hard.
syrup?
Mm-hmm.
Come on and sear it up.
I've checked out.
This is a good pancake, Jim.
Right, right.
Holy, pancakes for dinner every day.
Oh, quick.
Not as far today that we paddled, but we both just, I think, wanted to stop here. I had really strained a muscle, so I think it was a good call to stop. We couldn't pass up this campsite. It is just really special, and we're trying to also take our opportunities to enjoy ourselves out here, because beasting into headwinds is not really all that enjoyable. I mean, it kind of is, you know, for a bit, and we feel stronger and like we're getting in good shape, and that's great. It feels good to accomplish that, but having time to enjoy yourself around camp at a good site and catch some fish and do all those kinds of things is also a big part of why we do this kind of stuff. So personally, I like a mix of both. Some people like to just go out and get as far as they can every day, and that's the accomplishment. I like to be able to explore and take time to fish and check out the area, and also do some of the hard, strenuous, long days as well. This trip, we've had to deal with some of these just massive lakes, and I think we're doing a pretty darn good job at managing them between catamaraning and, you know, using our spray decks and sticking to shore. But they're a real challenge. It's a bit of type 2 fun, but I feel like I'll probably start missing it, because there's something really powerful about being on these just massive expanses of lakes and not seeing a single person, and just you and whatever animals are out there. And it's a pretty wild experience, and really lucky to be able to do that in Canada. It's just, you know, we take it for granted, but it's true wilderness. So this is a beautiful spot. I'm gonna enjoy it as much as I can.
before we leave, and we'll be in the seal. The river's going to double in volume, and there's going to be some serious rapids. Hopefully getting into some Arctic grayling as well, new species of fish. Maybe still a chance we could get a new lake trout here on this lake before we depart. Bugs finally gave us a break. Thank God.
Well, the last flapjack is on the fire. It's late. Got a little hot chocolate. Really beautiful here, really wide open forest, sandy ground, eskers. I walk back there to find wood and it just leads on everywhere, almost like meadows with patches of sand and moss, and the trees really spread out, and old caribou trails. And some of these eskers were Dene native travel routes. They use them to travel for caribou hunting when the caribou migrate down this way, and they'd use that to travel across land and corner them or funnel them and stuff like that too. So there's old historical artifacts and stuff that can be found around here. Really neat feature, and just so beautiful. The color of the sky, the color of the water, the surrounding hills just seem almost surreal, and this esker here, this campsite, seems almost surreal too, so really enjoying it. We did the math and we have about 28K per day to make it. We read a trip report that said that the people were windbound for an entire week just on this lake, but at the same time we think we might get lucky. Fingers crossed we get good weather tomorrow. Pretty scary coming up to a big dangerous high volume rapid with the river just completely flooded into the tree. Ted and I wanted to scout, but the river was so pushy and there's just nowhere to get over, so we basically had to crash land into some bushes and jump out in waist deep water with current and try to drag our canoes into the bushes. Ted was clinging onto some dead stick. It was super sketchy, and it ended up being a lot easier than we thought it was going to be. Caught fish today, but didn't keep one. I think I'm gonna nail this flip. Bam! Perfect. Maybe a little overdone on the backside, but that's okay. Eat that and head to bed for a well-deserved sleep. We thought we'd be, oh, we'll get to bed early tonight, and stuff takes a long time to do around camp, and also we like to explore around a little bit and have some fun in between the periods of type 2 fun. It's nice to have a little type 1 fun once in a while, but then that cuts into the schedule. So I don't regret it though, and just again, fingers crossed that the wind is not horrific tomorrow.